What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Ticker Fee video and welcome to the Ticker Fee family. So the ticker symbol we're going to be talking about today is SENS. And so what we're going to be talking about specifically is the long-term CGM systems, the announced equity grants to employees, the full year 2020 financial results, and then we'll finish the video off with the chart analysis. For those that have been supporting me so far, again, as always, I cannot thank you enough, so thank you so much. And if you're here to this channel for the first time, welcome. I really do appreciate it. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so when I am breaking down this company, the first thing that comes to my mind is they are going to be around a really long time. Incredible type of product, and so I'm really pumped to be talking about it. So they have the long-term CGM system. So this is the 90-day CGM system that you can actively manage your diabetes simply and with confidence. So it provides a continuous glucose monitoring for up to 90 days via under-the-skin sensor, a removable and rechargeable smart transmitter, and a convenient app for the real-time diabetes monitoring and management. So check this out. So this is what the sensor itself looks like. So you can see that right there. So it says, professional placed by your healthcare provider, remains accurate even when compressed or while you exercise, and rests comfortably just under the skin. Now you've got the transmitter right here in the middle. Removable, rechargeable, and water resistance. It sends data every 5 minutes to your mobile device, which is amazing, and it provides on-body alerts even when your mobile device is not nearby. Incredible. I mean, what more can you ask? And then you've got even a mobile app, so it's going to be on your cell phone, and it receives real-time glucose measurements on your mobile phone or smartwatch. No need for a separate receiver. Incredible. That allows tracking. It allows uptime, up-to-date information. That way you can collect that data and then use it for your convenience. Incredible. So I wanted to point that out if this is your first time hearing about the company. Okay, so they announced an equity grant to the employees under the inducement plan. So what does that even mean? So the medical technology company focused on the development and the long-term continuous glucose monitoring, so you'll hear that a lot, the CGM, for the diabetes, announced that it has made an equity grant to the new employees under the 2019 induced plan. So on April 1st, 2021, this compensation committee granted 5 new non-executive employees non-qualified stock options to purchase an aggregate of 62,000 shares of the company's common stock as an inducement for such employees to join the company. These options have an exercise price of $2.58 per share, which was the closing price of the company's common stock on the NYSE American on April 1st, 2021. In each case, 25% of the shares underlying those options will vest on the first anniversary of the employee's start date. So with the remainder vesting in monthly installments over the subsequent 3-year period, in all cases contingent on such employees' continued service with the company at the applicable vesting date. So incredible. Man, wouldn't you want to work for the company? I mean, getting all this vested stocks, I mean, being able to get these shares at 62,000 shares, and when you hear about the Q3, Q4, and 2022 and 2023, all these results, and then it's just going to continue to grow, and then those shares are going to be a lot more. Incredible. So it's showing its true colors, and it's being transparent. That's what I'm gathering from this type of information. So I wanted you to point that out. That way you can know, again, what the overall concept of this company is all about. So for those of you that like numbers, if you haven't heard about the full year 2020 results, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. So you got the net loss of $101.6 million or 41 cents per share in the fourth quarter of 2020 compared to the $35.6 million or 18 cents per share for the fourth quarter of 2019. So keep that in mind. So the net loss increased from 66 due to 90.6. But you got to think, with the technology that they're developing, and it's going to continue to get better, I mean, they've got to spend that money. That's the only way they're going to change the technology and make it grow, right? That way it's smaller, it's quicker, it's better. You collect the data faster, it's more efficient. So keep that in mind. Now, the expense primarily related to non-cash accounting charges resulting from the account for embedded derivatives related to certain of the company financing, partially offset by a 24.6 million decrease in loss from operations. So also keep that in mind. Now, the total revenue for 2020 was 4.9 million compared to 21.3 in 2019. US revenue was 1.1 million. The revenue outside was 3.8. Now, the 2020 gross, not net, increased by 2.1 year over year to 17.4. Now, 2020 sales and marketing expenses decreased by 29 million year over year. So, with that being said, you've got 2020 general and administrative expenses decreased by 2.4 million, which I appreciate. You know, once they've kind of got things organized and it's the way that they want it to be, they can drop some of these expenses. So that's always a good thing and a good indicator, right? Now, the net loss was 175.2 million, or 77 cents per share in 2020, compared to 115.5 or 61% share, or 61 cents per share in 2019. So, as of December 31st, 2020, right now we're starting the fourth month. Cash equivalents and restricted cash were 18.2 million, and outstanding indebtedness was 117.2 million. Now, cash equivalents, and restricted cash rose to 187.3 on January 31st, 2021, following the equity financing completed in the first quarter of 2021. That's a lot of numbers. Now, with that being said, now that you've got that financial outlook, you kind of understand. Now you know the overall concept of the company. I feel like you should feel pretty comfortable about knowing them here on. So, now with that being said, let's actually finish this video off with the chart analysis. I feel like it's pertinent for you to understand how to read a candlestick chart. So, candlestick charts are now what most people say are the de facto charting style on most trading platforms. So knowing how to read these candlestick chart is the utmost importance, at least in my opinion. Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I just want to be able to teach, and just share this information. So with the candlestick chart, the candlestick charting is simply a method of displaying price information in a market. So unlike a simple line chart, each series on a candlestick chart contains 4 data points. Now, these 4 data points are going to be the opening price, the high price, the low price, and the closing price. Now, with that being said, a lot of these things are represented differently, and that's going to be according to the candlestick anatomy. Now, with the body, it indicates the open to close range, while the wick, right, which is also called tails or shadows, are the long thin lines above and below that main body. Now, these reveal the intraday highs and the lows. Last, you've got the color, which represents the direction of price movement, which I feel like most people understand, which is going to be the green body, which shows price increase, while the red body indicates a price decrease. Now, with that being said, you've got open, highs, lows, and close. So you always want to be aware of that. Now, also, what you want to see is going to be the examples of popular candlestick patterns. So you've got the bullish hammer pattern, right? So that the hammer candlestick pattern is formed of a short body with a long lower wick and is found at the bottom and downward trend. Now, this pattern is a strong indication that a reversal is about to occur. It tells you that the sellers are giving up and the buyers are taking over. Now, the bullish engulfing candlestick, the bullish engulfing pattern is formed of 2 candlesticks. The first candlestick is a short red body that is fully engulfed by a bigger green candle. It is perhaps the most sought after bullish candlestick pattern, as it is more confirming of a bullish move in the price of a stock. Now, this pattern shows pure and unquestionable control by the buyers and almost always shows the results in higher trending prices. Again, please keep that in mind. Now, with the bullish Morningstar candlestick, the Morningstar candlestick pattern forms at the bottom of a downtrend and is made up of 3 candles. The first candle is any long and bearish candle. The second one is a small and indecisive, and the third candle is a long and bullish candle. So keep that in mind. So when you're reading the candlestick charts, you'll be able to understand those price trends. Now, again, when you're looking at the body, when you see green, what that means is that it closed higher than what it opened up at. Now, with that being said, it looks like to me you've got roughly a trend line of 2.3. which is not bad because you've had a high of $5.56, which was roughly on February 17th, which wasn't too long ago, especially with the correction that we had in March. So when you're looking at that trend line and with the support, you've got to look at the volume. So with that being said, towards the beginning of March, we had a lot more with 91 million trades. So that's going to be buys and sells. Here currently and towards the end of March, as you can see, the volume is much lower. So you got to keep that in mind. There's not as much movement. Now that we've had that correction though, and for what we've talked about, again, when they continue to get this device and this technology in Q3 and Q4 and Q1 of 2022 into the medical world, so into more hospitals and whatnot, and your average person that needs this opportunity to have this technology gets it, we will basically have that continued revenue, especially with being able to use that data. So this is a huge market, a huge opportunity. So I'm really excited about this company. Now, with that being said, guys, I really do appreciate you listening to this video. And as always, welcome to the Ticker Feed family.